owned the liner, meant to go get him, didn't get him, decided not to even get on the boat that day anymore because he was supposed to, and he just decided not to. And then all his billionaire buddies that were coming over to try to reject the Federal Reserve, and one of them just so happened to also be Tesla's new backer, all dead.
Did you even believe there was a universal language before?
No, I didn't even believe in any of this shit, actually.
What?
That's back when I believed in electrons, you know? Like, this whole idea to me would have been, like, crazy, and I would have been like, dude, this is all nuts, man. Like, you're fucking nuts. Dude, electricity is just like water flowing through a pipe. Yeah. And that's just not true. And that's why, to me, they keep peddling that idea. You don't know what the pyramids are. And then anybody who learns about electricity and then starts hearing about the potential of the pyramids, you're like, crackpot.
Yeah.
Crackpot.
Don't listen to him.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter's trying to tell me how the pyramids work. You know, like, that's the type of shit I get, you know? Yeah. And it's like, but when you then understand that it's very simple. AC versus DC. AC, they just wiggle the electrons back and forth. That's it. They just wiggle them back and forth. Okay, so the electrons don't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. No, they just wiggle back and forth. So you're telling me that you turn on AC power and miles away, you've wiggled electrons, but you never sent them to me. You never moved them anywhere. You never moved them from A to B. Mm-hmm. But somehow you've been able to wiggle my electrons at my fucking house and my wires.
That sounds so funny.
It does sound funny.
Wiggle my electrons.
You've been wiggling mine. But how did they get there? How did they get there? You never sent them to me. DC's direct current. You're sending electrons somewhere. They go from A to B. They go from the negative side of the battery to the positive side. They travel, right? AC doesn't do that. AC just wiggles the little bitches back and forth where they are. That's it. Therefore, you never sent me anything. So how did it get here? It was already there. It was already there.
I feel like we could dive way deeper into that realm.
That right there. That is what changed everything to me. With electricity.
Yeah.
That's when the moment I realized, like, oh shit, it's already there. Because a transformer doesn't touch.
Does it wiggle?
But electricity flows through it. But they don't touch. It's wireless in your fucking box and your power lines outside right now. Right now, it's two coils sitting very close to each other, but they don't touch, and electricity's passing through it.
Yeah.
So electrons just jump from one to the other?
I can imagine it now, like little stick figures just...
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Woohoo! Man, this is so fun. Too bad they wiggle back and forth. They were already there. They don't jump over. This is all nonsense, dude. It's all nonsense. The moment I came to realize those electrons powering that light right there were already there. They didn't come here. They were already there. So we have been looking at it all wrong.
Yep.
Power is already there. We just have to learn how to tap into it.
Literally tapping into it.
That's it. And I think those pyramids figured it out.
And that goes along with a lot of things. You just have to learn how to tap into it. It already is there. It already exists.
Yes.
That's my theory on AI. Yep. It already exists. We just tapped into it.
Correct.
And that goes for so many things that we just...
No one invents anything. They discover it.
Yeah. Literally. I mean...
Everything's a discovery because it was already there.
Yep.
If you found it, shit was already there. It was already there for us to find. You know, like, so this whole thing to me is just wild. Dude, I could take you down this electrical road for fucking hours. And the more you dive down it, the more you're like, oh, shit. Why are we being lied to?
Yeah.
Why aren't they telling us this? Why aren't they giving us this oh, shit, wait a minute. That would just totally wipe out all of the powers that be. And now no one has power over any of us. And now we can harness all the power ourselves and we're off the grid and we could just do whatever we wanted. And now teleportation and free energy and medical advancements beyond our dream. Shit, dude. No wonder they don't want us to have this shit.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense when you actually think about all the things it would disrupt with the controlled environment and planetary system that we have going on. They don't want to lose control.
They want nothing to do with that shit.
So
JP
they're gonna
Morgan
shut
said it.
down.
If you can't meter that bitch, I don't want it. Tesla, I'm now going to kill you.
Done.
He said that too, by the way. He did.
He said that?
He said he was going to kill him. No, he didn't say that. But he did say the metering part. He or Westinghouse is one of the two of them. They essentially said, I'm not having it if I can't meter that bitch. And that's why all your shit's metered. That's why we go to DC.
Yeah.
It's so much more easily metered. You know, now they can make out whatever bullshit. No, we got a DC for this. No, because with this and this. It's propaganda, okay? They don't need to do any of that shit. You don't need to go. Why do we go to DC? Why don't we just use AC? But we only use it for long distances. But then short distances, I'll go back to DC. Why? Just use fucking AC the whole way. I don't understand, dude.
Yeah, why? Was it just to create more complication or more like, hey, we have AC and DC?
Oh, well, it's a two-parter. Number one, you can't use DC for long distance. Can't do it. Doesn't work.
Cannot.
Doesn't work. All right, they found that out really quickly.
But
that shit
can
doesn't
you
work.
use AC for short and long distance?
Sure, you use AC for whatever you want.
Yeah. Why?
DC was invented by Edison. Edison and
Was it actually invented by Edison?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Edison and Company.
Cool.
Now, whether it was Edison himself, but Edison and Company. Edison and Company then partnered with JP Morgan, and that's our electrical grid. And number two, DC is way easier to monitor and meter. You can see the flow. You know how much is flowing. Electrons don't flow. They don't go anywhere, dude. Nothing's moving. So how do you measure if nothing's fucking moving?
Right.
You convert that bitch back into DC real quick, guys.
Like, you got this?
Yeah, dude. I need some flowing shit here so I can determine how much they're using. Are you serious right now? You're telling me that you can just not know?
Like,
You can just use as much as you want. You just tap into it and you just get it? Fuck that shit.
Like, no.
No, dude. I need a box outside their house that will convert all this bitch immediately.
Yes.
So that's really where this comes from.
I mean, you've told me a couple things just about JP Morgan alone and that whole rabbit hole that you've gone down. And that's something we're going to talk about
There's an episode that needs to come on just JP
real
Morgan.
soon. I mean, the 1900s changed everything.
Yeah. 1900, 1920, 1930 is like, that's
That
a global shift, real shift.
Just on that alone, we could talk for hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can show you evidence of it.
dove down that rabbit hole heavy.
I have. And I've tried to, and there's so much more to do on it. You know, it's like every time I go and find something, I find more.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on finding out the Vatican was established in 1929. That one I didn't see. Dude, I literally was just going down that road earlier, and I was like, let's just find out some of these dates. I just trying to correlate some dates. And then I started finding, I was like, JP Morgan, you asshole. Dude, what the hell, man? Like, you show up even to the Vatican now. Like, everywhere I go,
Everywhere.
Titanic, fucking Federal Reserve, Vatican, Great Depression, Nikola Tesla. I don't care. The dude's been in everywhere. He shows up everywhere. Our entire electrical system, Niagara Falls being the first generator, the first house to ever have electricity. JP Morgan, JP Morgan, JP Morgan, JP Morgan.
This man,
JP Morgan.
imagine you snatched him from history. Imagine you just like,
I think
could you imagine the time we would live in right now?
we are living in a dystopian future of progress. I guess it would be a utopia, in my opinion.
A U is a good
It's a good dystopia is bad. So we would live in a utopia, not a dystopia. But like it's
This
almost
is the dys
we are in
because of JP
we are
Morgan, right?
in the dystopia right now, in my opinion.
Utopia is,
Tesla was trying to get us there, and that's why they killed his ass.
If JP Morgan hadn't existed or was just like plucked from our timeline,
Or
Tesla would have succeeded.
Or I thought to myself, this is weird. Why would someone else not invest in this man?
Anyone, somebody, there was money out there, right?
Oh, they did.
There was money.
Oh, they did.
No way.
Oh, they did.
Oh.
And guess how that fucking dude died? Go ahead, take a guess. How did he die?
Overdose on drugs?
No, just pick something I just said that JP Morgan's a part of.
Oh, Titanic?
Boom! Nailed it. Dude died on the Titanic.
Always a drug overdose.
Yeah, not on that one, dude.
Okay.
Not on that one, sorry. This one was definitely a iceberg overdose.
Iceberg ahead.
Iceberg overdose!
But the guy had binoculars, did he not?
No, JP Morgan forgot to give that to them.
Forgot to give them.
Owned the liner, meant to go get them, didn't get them, decided not to even get on the boat that day anymore because he was supposed to, and he just decided not to. And then all his billionaire buddies that were coming over to try to reject the Federal Reserve, and one of them just so happened to also be Tesla's new backer, all dead. All dead. Everyone.
Crazy.
Now no one's there to back Tesla. No one's there to go against the Federal Reserve.
Did you ever hear the theory about the Titanic sinking was a scam, like a
insurance scam
or
for the
something like
Olympic or whatever?
How have you gone down
I've
that
gone
rabbit
down
hole?
this road. I've
What does it
even
sound like?
tried to look. I went and found the pictures of the Titanic on the bottom, and then I tried to match the windows with the Olympic. And not only that, but there are no serial numbers that we've been able to find that match the Olympic. I can't prove that theory. I can't do it. Now, I then started to read from this person that I found. This is a wild story that, like, he then goes into how, okay, well, JP Morgan owned it.
Owned what?
He owned the Titanic liner. He owned the Titanic.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be on there. He was supposed to have the binoculars. I don't think they were supposed to take that route. That route was very well known to be iceberg ridden.
Like, it's a faster route.
There's a lot of weird things to that.
Yeah.
That you then start to... this guy pulled out a lot of shit I had not seen before. I need to find it again and start going down those roads more.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know up until that point that JP Morgan owned the Titanic. That blew my damn mind. I don't think the Olympic has anything to do with it. In my opinion, from what I understand, I would say that he sent them knowingly into iceberg-infested waters with no binoculars and to just hope for the best. You know?
On purpose? I mean, there had to be something behind
hope
the
for
idea.
the best to him would be like everybody dies. So he got the best.
His hope for the best.
He got what he wanted.
And it can't be traced back to him. Like, you can't do it unless you have all this information that we are starting to piece together years later. I mean, years later. Almost 100 at this point. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, look how we didn't even find the wreckage until 1996.
What?
Yeah.
Not until 96?
Yeah. It was like 96, I'm pretty sure, that we finally found it. It was a long time, dude. It took a long time because it's like 2 miles down.
I wonder if he had people he knew that he didn't want to be on board, if he told them to get off or told them to not be a part of it.
Why wasn't there enough life vests? It's like the only ship that had ever done this. Like, no one just doesn't. They had deemed the boat unsinkable.
Right.
So they decided that they could then relax the safety protocols.
How they got away with it?
This is how I'm serious. This is really how they got away with it. And then they decided that they didn't have to put as many lifeboats on the boat because the boat couldn't sink. Therefore, they could take people back and forth. They could, what do you call it? Damn it.
I don't know. You
Yeah,
said ferry.
I know, dude.
Ferry.
A ferry. They could ferry.
Yeah.
They could ferry people back and forth because the boat would never sink.
Who deemed it unsinkable? Was it JP Morgan?
I guess the company who built the damn thing, dude.
Was it JP Morgan's
JP Morgan's company. Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, that's who built. Yeah, this is who owned the damn thing and deemed it this way.
Sent him a note, a letter. It was like, so
Yeah. Yes.
this is how this is going to go.
At the same time, we're also making the concert pitch 440
Yeah.
and all this shit. Like, all this is going on at the same time. Dude.
All
All of it's happening at the same time. It's wickedly weird to be Boston.
We talked about it being a full reset.
Yeah.
Earlier.
It's almost, you know what? When we were talking about this earlier,
Yeah.
it started to hit me that this feels very much like the pandemic of COVID. How much money moved from the poor to the rich during the pandemic?
I mean,
And everybody kept saying, what? It's the Great Reset.
yeah. An immense amount, right?
1929, what happens? The stock market crash. And then you see 10 years of the greatest money change of hands ever.
Almost 100 years later.
And now we're just doing it again.
Why do you...
It's a shift. This is a way to shift money from poor to rich. Make powerful more powerful, poor more poor.
Yeah. But don't they know that without the poor, that, like...
No, I mean, we're slaves to them, dude.
I mean, yeah.
We're just purely slaves. They don't give a shit. So no, as long as we're existing, that's why they give us things.
Enough.
Correct. Yeah, they give us
just enough to be poor.
shut your mouth.
Yeah.
This is why I've always wondered, like, why doesn't electricity advance? And people are like, it's because we've already figured it all out.
No, not even a little bit. We've gone away from the idea of what it actually is, haven't we? Like completely steered away from the real
Tell
idea.
me something in life that never advances.
Nothing.
That we just suddenly are like, wow, that's the end of that. That's the end. We figured it out.
always try to figure out.
I don't
how
give a shit what it
can
is.
be better.
I don't care.
Always.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Even this freaking sparkling drink right here.
Dude, we make plastic better every day.
Yeah, we're like
We've been making that shit for
figure it
fucking 50 years, and we're like, I got a better way to make plastic. But electricity,
no. We're
people are like, dude, we've already figured all that out.
yeah. How long ago? When did we decide electricity?
Yeah, I guess,
was good?
yeah, like 100 years ago. Yeah, that's good. We're done here.
Yeah, and then we added another port to our.
Yeah, we added a whole a prong. We added a third prong to it. And
Like,
we took that prong and then we just
Look at this.
we just sent it to the ground.
Done.
That
No
was my favorite
electricity.
part. Is like I was like, well, what does this third prong do? Like more power? We get like more power from it, right? No, they just fucking sent it to the ground. It's a safety mechanism. That's all that bitch was. Like,
That's our upgrade.
So our upgrade after 100 years is a fucking safety mechanism. You fucking assholes.
Like, I guess less fires are good.
Dude, that not only that, but like I remember as a kid, a tornado would come through and our power would go out for a fucking week, and I was like, man, eventually we'll get past this. And then I was talking to my dad about that one too, and he was like, nah, I mean tornadoes do that shit to us too. And I was like, well, why don't we go underground or something? He's like, I don't know, it's just the way it's always been. We just always hoist these bitches up on wood poles over our houses.
Yeah, no, they don't believe in going underground with that stuff.
Now, there are problems with going underground. But could it be done? 100%.
Are there more problems going underground than there are having it? For one, your eyesight, like it destroys the way the planet looks. in
Cost.
general. Cost.
Cost.
Freaking money. Is that what it is?
You have to insulate the wires so well, it's going to cost a whole lot more. The ground is a bunch of positive electrical energy flowing. And that's why Tesla says you got to have an antenna in the ground and in the air, creates the dipole. You've got a magnet, positive, negative side of the magnet, right? And so, like, they can't put it in the ground the way it is now is because it would disrupt the flow.
Huh.
It would fuck, you know how you hear noise when they cross, right?
Yeah.
Same idea. You're going to get electrical noise now. And so they just, oh man, we'd have to like really insulate these bitches. Hoist them up in the air.
Yeah.
Poles are way cheaper. 100 years later, here we are.
Yep.
We already figured it all out though, dude. And wireless is impossible. That's impossible. We can't do that. I know Tesla lit light bulbs in the ground 25 miles away from his power station, but that is impossible.
Yep. Can't be done.
Can't be done.
Definitely can't.
Sure, he admits in a patent of his that he was able to send 40,000 horsepower electricity 40 miles in the ground, but impossible.
Yeah.
Totally impossible.
Can't recreate that.
Totally impossible.
Not even-
Amelia Earhart happens to be able to radio transmit to other boats and other people through the ionosphere, but we can't send power through it or anything through it.
No.
Impossible. Impossible. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain any of this shit.
Nope. That is going to wrap up this episode of pyramids, titanium, and other things that we have talked about.
Yeah, our ancient history and electricity, but it's just all tied.
And it's all for,
time.
entertainment purposes because none of that's actually real. I mean,
No.
Am I right?
I'm a conspiracy crackpot. I'm just
really is, though.
a weird guy in a basement.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just read some shit online and speak what I read, and it's probably all nonsense.
And it's
don't
fine.
listen to me. For sure,
Yeah.
don't listen to me.
Because you probably couldn't find the research behind it anyways.
No, I don't have 2,000 books, and I don't have a giant crazy crackpot Google Earth project, and I'm not experimenting with anything.
Yeah, no.
None of these are happening. No.
But next time, we'll show you what we are experimenting with.
One day, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Y'all keep coming back,
Yeah.
and we'll keep showing you. How about that?
Yep. Welcome to Awakening 101.
We're your professors. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Chazz, that was a great conversation.
Yeah, dude. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was fun. All right. Till next time.
Until next
How
time.
do we end these things?
Just like that.
End.